I could be in industry, right? And they tell me, oh, by the way, we're thinking of promoting you to this position, but you need your masters. And I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna go get my masters and then come back, get promoted, higher salary. What's up, guys? I want to talk about what's next. First of all, I want to talk about how final year's been. Workload, this and that. And I also want to talk about what's next, like after exams. Is it a master's? Is it a PhD? Is it a job? Is it this? Is it that? So yeah, stick around. Now, we actually submitted our final year design project a couple days ago. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like a dissertation for other degrees, but for us, it's a final design project that we do. For us, it was divided into 3 parts. The first part was as a group, 50 pages. The second part was as individuals, 35 pages. And then the last part, again, as a group, 40 pages, I think. It was on the gasification of wood chip. We burn it, we clean it, and then we turn it into hydrogen. For the purpose of what we did, we're just going to sell it. Hydrogen can be used as fuel or to make other stuff, batteries, etc, etc. We're not finna get into that, okay? That's in the past, we leave that. I ain't really trying to think about that no more. For my part too, I had to design a packed bed reactor to basically convert the syngas that you get from burning the wood into hydrogen, and you get other products as well, but we don't want them. Part 2 was definitely the most difficult, and then part 3 was just it was the most smooth actually, but it wasn't as satisfying. Like, even after submitting the whole report like together, it was just like, yeah, whatever. But now we still have a couple of assignments here and there, like a lab report of some kind, HAZOP, and a quiz to do online. Personally, I'm not trying to leave it till April because that's just going to interfere with my revision for my exams. We only have 4 exams instead of 6 like the previous years. These are the modules we had this year, and because this and this don't have an exam, we're left with 4 exams to do in May. Unlike last year, it's not going to be 24 hours open book anymore. Most of them are going to be 3 hours long. It's still going to be open book, but you can't chill as much as last year because, you know, the time you'll spend checking or flicking through your book to look at equation, the clock is ticking, so we're going to have to use a different strategy. Now, these are the 2 modules that I'm watching out for because, as you guys know, like every year there's always 2 modules that just don't mess about. This one is hard because it's just hard, and the other one is hard because it's new, like it's completely new. It's like a different language, kind of. I don't know how to explain it, but now we'll be fine, It's minor. Last year when lockdown started, that in a way was the best time of my life academically because I was just so chilled. Like, I'd be eating good, I would exercise, take my time, revise, do this, do that, go out, go for a run. You know, you kind of get that new sense of freedom that, oh, actually I have all this time for myself. Like, it was kind of sick. And I didn't really mind the online lectures and stuff because it wasn't really many of them. But then fast forward like September, bro, everything's been online. I am sick of it. At the end of last year, I was certain that, bro, I'm doing a master's. Like, I was excited. But now I feel like all these online stuff just put me off. Like, I'm tired of education. Uni is getting repetitive, and it doesn't look like lockdown is going to end anytime soon. I just want to get a job now. Do you know what I mean? Like, apparently finding a job after uni is never easy. And now add in, like, on top of it, the pandemic. It's just a different ball game now. It's pretty much impossible to find a job. I've been applying to a couple of jobs. How many times have I been rejected already? I think 3 times. I feel like the real selection starts at the interview stage because at the moment, because they're receiving hundreds and hundreds of CVs, I'm sure there's like a randomizer on the computer. It's like, oh, pick the first 50 CVs. Those are the ones that will get interviews, and then the rest just send them. Unfortunately, you have not been successful. When I see that on my screen, I don't even bother reading the rest of the email. Doing a master's is kind of like my backup, like that's my plan B. I really hope there's not a deadline to transfer onto a master's because right now I'm on a BEng, because then I can apply for jobs during the summer, and if I'm really unlucky, by September I will just transfer into a master's and then do a master's and then try again for jobs after I finish my master's. because I don't want to go back and live at home and not do a master's and also not have a job, but then I'm living at home trying to apply for jobs in the meantime. Like, I don't want to do that. And I also don't want to do a regular job. Like, I'm not trying to go back into retail or McDonald's or restaurants or like that. I'm not trying to do that. So to do a master's, I'll need to transfer. But my grades are fine, so I'm sure if I want to do a master's, they'll let me. And I'm actually really surprised how lecturers or staff or whatever, they haven't really been talking to us like about what's next. There's so many students in the same position as me right now. We don't know what we're going to do. We don't know what the real world is like. But yeah, all they keep telling us during these meetings for our design projects is impress us, impress us. Like, bro, we are going to impress us, but can you please tell us like how to apply for jobs or how to do this? No, like, give us tips, man. Talk to us. Like, you guys are parents, right? We're kids. Like, talk to us like we're your kids. Do you know what I mean? Is that asking too much? I don't know. I originally wanted to transfer to a bigger university to do my master's, like Manchester or Leeds or Sheffield. But then I thought, they're bigger unis, right? So the general trend is their chemical engineering course is usually, or engineering in general, is usually more maths intensive, right? But here at Huddersfield, we have more chemistry. So me going there to do my master's, I'd be at a disadvantage compared to the students in that master's that spend first year, second year, third year in that same uni, and now they're staying in that uni to do their master's. So right now I'm like, yo, is that a wise decision? It probably depends on what exactly I'm studying for my master's. Like, is it advanced chemical engineering or is it process control or something like that? But you can't deny that there'd be a disadvantage on my end anyway. So to be honest, now I wouldn't mind just staying in Huddersfield and doing my master's, to be honest. I could always come back for a master's. A job is not that easy. You have to take all the opportunities that come your way. I could be in industry, right? And they tell me, oh, by the way, we're thinking of promoting you to this position, but you need your master's. And I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna go get my master's and then come back, get promoted, higher salary. I don't really mind coming back and doing my master's. I just want a job first. There's one thing that I think would be pretty cool, to be honest, but I need to do a PhD to do that, and that's teaching. Like, when I think of myself teaching, it seems like it would be fun. It'd be fun. Yeah, that would be a cool experience for sure. But yeah, this is everything I wanted to say as of now. Let me know in the comments if you're in the same situation as me, or if you're in a different situation, still let me know in the comments. You know, talk to me, because I'm definitely interested. Yes, sir.